Welcome to the channel. I'm going to do 3 things I would never do if I were buying a house right now. And I think number 3 will probably be the most controversial, but these are the 3 things. Now that I've been in real estate for a while, these are the 3 things I absolutely would be watching out for when purchasing a home. If you've never been here before, of course, I'm Dr. Ron Jones. I'm a real estate agent here in Southern Idaho. This is my channel, Life in Twin Falls. And I help people every day buy and sell houses here in the Magic Valley area, stretch from Mountain Home to the west, all the way out to Burley to the east. I go up to Sun Valley and down to just about Jackpot, Nevada, just right across the border there. And if you have any questions in regards to buying or selling in Southern Idaho, you can contact me through this channel or through my website, ronjones.me. But let's get started on the top 3 things I would not do or I would watch for if I were buying a home. Number one, I would never purposely buy the biggest and largest and most expensive house on the block. They even teach us in real estate school that as neighborhoods progress and newer homes get built, the newer homes that are priced higher drag along the lower, older homes that have a lower value and bring that value up. For example, right now, I've got an empty lot right next to me. A builder has bought it. He's improving it. He's going to put 2 homes on that half acre. I bought my house about 5 years ago for $235,000. And the builder who's going to build 2 houses next to me is going to price those houses around $375,000 each. So that is going to bring up the value of my house. And that continues to happen every time somebody builds a new home on my street. So you never want to buy the newest, biggest, most expensive house in a neighborhood. You always want to get towards the lower end, whatever suits you best, obviously, but your values will increase much more if you're not the big dog on the block. The second thing I'd be watching for, or I wouldn't do, is I would not buy a home that's in a community that has an HOA, a homeowners association, or if there are CC&Rs in place, I would definitely read those CC&Rs and make sure that they didn't tell me what color my fence had to be, what trees I'm allowed to plant, those kinds of things. Now, here in Southern Idaho, it's interesting. We have neighborhoods that have CC&Rs, covenants and restrictions, that don't have HOAs. And typically, you need an HOA to enforce the CC&Rs. But the community may say, well, we enforce our own CC&Rs. We as neighbors band together and enforce other neighbors and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. I wouldn't have any of that. I would not live in a community that has CC&Rs and especially an HOA. I've been there. I've had fines for leaving my trash can out the curb one day too long. There's just ridiculousness with these HOAs. And that's why a lot of people are coming here to Southern Idaho. We have a lot of locations outside of city limits that don't have CC&Rs and HOAs. We even have a lot of stuff inside town because, I mean, I'm inside Filer and we don't have any HOA in my neighborhood. So there you go. I wouldn't do it. Now, the third thing I would watch out for, and I've learned this the hard way, is when you're looking for a home, drive the neighborhood and pay attention to how many animals are out running around. And I'm particularly talking about cats, but it could be dogs, it could be other things. If you're looking at homes and you see cats or dogs or whatever running wild all over the place, it's going to be a nightmare. I am currently in a neighborhood where cats are just everywhere, and that's thanks to a couple of people in a couple of different locations who are thinking they're saving the world by putting water and food out for all these cats. And what they don't care to realize or take accountability for is that these cats wreak havoc on everybody else's property thanks to them giving them food and shelter. So at my house, for example, I've spent about $9,000 putting sprinkler systems and grass into my front and backyard. And on the daily, there are cats in my front yard doing their business, not just leaving little treasures all over the place, but in the middle of the night, they have cat fights out there, which is right outside my bedroom window, and it's messing up my sleep patterns. So there's a lot of issues with neighborhoods that have cats and other animals that are just roaming around. Even if there's dogs, like, we've got neighbors that have dogs that get out on occasion. I mean, everybody's dog gets out on occasion, but the problem with frequent escapees is that they set off all the other dogs going down the street. So whenever they come meandering down back and forth down the street, sniffing this house, sniffing that house, sniffing this house, sniffing. Every dog along the way now starts barking emphatically at this random dog, probably saying, I want out like he's out. But nevertheless, you get cats and dogs roaming the streets, it sets up all the other animals that are inside the fence like they're supposed to be. And what I found out locally is there actually is no restriction on cats. There's no law that says your cat has to be contained. Dogs do. I don't know how that's fair. Dogs have to be kept behind a fence. Dogs have to be accounted for, but not cats. Cats are allowed just to roam anywhere they want to go, do whatever they want to do at any time of day, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. In our town, here's another thing to watch for that corresponds. We don't have animal control. So if you've got a proliferation of cats running around and you don't have animal control in that town, your neighboring town's not going to come take care of your problem. They got enough problems in their town. So that's my three things I would look out for, and I'm gonna look out for when I buy again and move. For sure, gonna watch those items. I hope those help you. And again, if you need anything in Southern Idaho, I'm Ron Jones, happy to help you. Thanks for stopping by.